Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Wildermyth, where hopefully I have learned a little something from our first adventure as regards splitting up the party. Because we do have 6 people live right now and we have a 7th waiting to be recruited. So I'm gonna do my best here to make slightly better use of our large number of people than I did last time. I gotta be honest with you, Girth Clover, it does feel like you're kinda on the outside here. Like, okay, in theory, it's safe to have a smaller group scout a region that doesn't have infestation on it, right? They'll reveal an encounter. They probably shouldn't do the encounter, but they can spend some of that time. There's not really that many places that are safe, though. All right, I think what we're going to do here is have Girth Clover run down to that. Nope, in fact, clear all. Just Girth Clover. Let's go. And then I'm going to have everybody else like go to Lindencorn, meet up at Lindencorn maybe. And then Girth and the new person can like scout these while the rest of us start clearing. So yes, everybody except Girth, 71 days travel because Zinmir is quite far away. I mean, we could have Zinmir be the one who does this scout, this recruiting. I mean, it makes a lot more sense spatially to do it that way. It's just that like Zinmir is quite powerful. I don't know about this new guy. This new guy's got a single star. I'm gonna stick with the plan. Gather everybody else. Galadglin's restless and follows a promising poster. Okay, what is this? Needed elsewhere. Distant clouds of dust or rain drift in the late sky. Wind drags on Galadglin's clothes as the windmill roars. Wait, did that say Robble? There's no way to go back. I think as I clicked next, I think I noticed that this windmill is related to the Hamburglar. Go ahead, rowdy weather. Blast my path with your salty wind. Weird thing to say. I won't be deterred. With a last look at the fading day, he goes in. An especially vicious gust fights him all the way to the entrance. Which I guess, that's something to be a little bit more concerned about when half your limbs are made out of a fire. Like, what if they went out? That would be bad news. Oh, who is this now? Galadglin pulls the door closed. I mean, it looks like, right, those are the lightning arms. Hold on a second, that's just Sinetta. I thought this was a new person. I thought we met more fire-armed people, but I think those are just Sinetta and her lightning arms. Galadglin pulls the door closed. The millkeeper's a man named Iglor, a stranger to them. He's provided shelter anyway, and now comes from his cellar with a jug of cool dandelion tea in cups. What a wind, and wouldn't you know it, no grain to grind. Well, at least it's quieter. You should hear it when the big wheel's gnawing. Seems risky, a place like this, alone. Hard to imagine committing to it, and being generous on top of it all. So she doesn't trust him, she thinks something's up, and generally speaking, she's had pretty good instincts for this sort of thing so far. I'm fine, I'm happy for the company. Stories Sinetta here's told are already worth whatever hospitality I've given. But, are you two still set on staying just the night? Galadglin pulls out the poster he'd found pinned to a tavern door in Lizardcairn. Think you're a hero? Dreaming of glory? Dream no more. I'm Tomra Honeywheel, and we need you. Come to the land heroes forgot. Bring a new age of hope to the needy. What if I don't have a new age of hope? Will one be supplied for me? I think we're needed elsewhere. Well, I'm really curious about that. In the morning, they continue their journey to the place that heroes forgot. So, should they take someone with them? So let's see, if we have Dagoth run off with them, then that leaves just Ullus and Zinmir scouting on this other side, which is not safe. But it doesn't say that there's any actual travel time needed here. I guess let's try it. I know Dagoth is not the most powerful, but with the power of these two, this will be a good opportunity to gain him some levels. Okay, it does have them... All right, they are traveling, but it seems like they're traveling to the same place everybody else is going. How much further today? We can't be in that big a hurry. This part of the world is full of tall trees. The earth smells like pepper and ash. Feral bellows occasionally echo and are answered with silence. And the sun's not gone. Which is why it's a good time to pick our night spot. He seems unconvinced. Sinetta, there's something I've been meaning to say. Something bad? I don't plan on going back to Bat's Bounty. Not for a long while. I mean, maybe not ever. Oh. It's been an enlightening, harrowing, joyful, grief-strewn road. I'm the stray who follows the hunter and learns to be a hound. But it's hard. I've stayed doing the same thing so long now. The same way, calling the same place home, and a noise interrupts him. It comes from just ahead, a barking voice, a woman's voice. They approach a cluster of trees and find beyond it a clearing, a road, and a collection of interesting people. So I like the way that this characterization is consistent with the characterization of him that we saw earlier. So I'm assuming that this event and, like, if not the fire event itself, then at least the text at the fire event emerged from some of his character tags. Like, is he we can't click on it right now, but he may have like a tag indicating that he is wistful or something like that. You know how often we get that excuse? You think we should keep your home safe and do it for nothing? Is that what you're saying? No, please. No, I would hate that. Hey, isn't that the... With a confirming glance at the poster Gladglin found and followed, Sinetta passes it forward. Yeah, I mean, that does look like Tamra Honeywheel. Let me be clear. If you don't have that's weird. If you don't have the money, so she's either, that's an ironic have, or she's quoting from a different person. Sure, we're heroes after all. Just fair warning to you. We can't be everywhere at once. Heard there's goblins prowl these hills, and they've been awful burny lately. Haven't they, Yor? Oh, right you are, Lady Tamra. Burny goblins. That's a terrible... Okay. Yeah, nice town. Be shame if something happens to it. We all get it. All right, here. This is all I've got left. My kids are gone. The old woman offers the sack she'd been carrying. What's that? A bag? A bag of rice. Yeesh. You tricky old crone. Fine, keep it. But next time it's double, right? And it's coin. Or meat would be fine. The old woman hefts the bag of rice, then heads down the road, slow and sad. You need me to follow? I don't know. What do they even do all day that they can't afford a little fee? I mean, I suppose we could pay her a visit, see if she was lying. Good day to you both. This is not maybe the right time to just introduce yourself, Gladglin. No closer now. Did you notice you're, on fire? So yeah, maybe this does naturally follow from the previous event. Come a long way looking for Tamra Honeywheel. Yeah, we saw the, we want to be heroes. Oh, did you see my poster? What a pose, right? Yeah! Didn't I tell you that poster would get a couple? Oh, you're gonna make me put up more, aren't you? Hey, Gladglin, she thinks we're a couple. What do we say? I was gonna say, I don't think that's what she said. Well, you look like you've got some danger in you. Come back to the castle. We can talk. Need, hero skills, though. Can you handle goblins? Can the hawk handle mice? That sort of implies that you eat goblins, Gladglin, and I can't tell you how much I don't recommend that. Yes? I am also a yes. Oh, yeah, right, it can. But by which I mean... The already unpleasant day sours and fades. The road withers, but they're able to follow its ghost to a swampy compound among toppled stones. They don't look new at this. They're not. Oh no, they're preparing a double cross, because I was going to double cross them. So their thing would be a triple cross, I guess. They arrive as dark sets in. It belonged to a merchant family once. Vagrants were living here. Louse scalps. We made it ours. You're not from the area. That's lucky for you. I'm Nenir. That guy looks even more like Shaggy than Zinmir's dad did. So what do you think? Nice? Your castle? I imagine it's a pretty motivating place to live. I really feel like all of this cloak and dagger, let's all talk around each other nonsense, is not to the strengths of our team. We should just attack them. Well, it's a work in progress. This little operation you're looking at, it didn't all happen in a day, of course. A stairwell goes underground. Frog noise follows them down the damp steps. It took me a while to scrape enough brave souls together. What Mammy used to say. She said, "Tell me the name of a brave soul, and I'll ask what height to make the coffin." Mammy was a carpenter, is the explanation for that. Definitely nothing more sinister than that. They reach the foot of the stairs, a room thick with odors, stale food, dewy rock mold, brittle leather. But anyway, here's where we get down to business. Bedrolls, buckskins, barrel stacks, beetroot liquor, and boiled beans. Ah yes, the classic 6 B's of adventuring. Tamra lights candles and douses her torch as she goes. Don't forget banditry. I'm saying you're bandits? You want what anyone has, and you think by taking it, it becomes yours. Gladglen, this is maybe like the worst possible moment to do this. Earlier is good, later might be fine, right now, very bad. Oh, is this... You're gonna lecture me, aren't you? It's not just the one old woman, is it? It's all the people living around here, or all the people living here and around. You're taking their money and their food. Well, that's our work. We collect a fee, and in exchange we protect them. From... whatever. What, you think they deserve different? You don't think they'd do the same to me if they could? Assumptions never sound as smart when we have to say them out loud, huh? You're buzzards dressed in the plumes of eagles. Alright, that's enough of your mouth. What were you expecting? Fable pure knights? Selfless noble bodies? That's nice for stories. But look around you. We live in the cellar of a ruined something. And maybe there used to be heroes here, but now there's just spiders. We're survivors. We do what we have to, and we take when we have to. Speaking of, you've got some valuable pieces yourself. Yeah, I mean... Okay, Gladglen's charisma is not enough to... We're going to draw weapons and fight. Also, as much as I think, like, trying to convince them to stop is sort of the moral choice, I don't think it's in character for our party anyway. Particularly not for Sonetta. Roost in your tree of lies. Just don't think you'll fly far when it burns. If you fly now, though... You had me welcome you in as a friend, but you threaten me? Call me a liar? We're no corn cobs. We're no corn cobs. Come get bloody. It's one of those things where I had to read it again because I was like, huh, is that wrong? Are they making a Twitter joke reference? I'm not owned. Alright, so the faux cards. The Marsh Castle Gang. Their leader moves like a seasoned fighter. The others, they do look a tiny bit like the Mystery Inc. gang. If you recolor his hair, there's like a little bit of that going on here. Okay, so there's 4 of them. They don't seem to have particularly good gear, except Tamra's got 4 points of armor. I'm not too concerned. Let's, I kind of want to just run her around here, activate Foxlight, and then just start chaining. So let's start with, if we could get an area attack off, that would be really cool. Alright, what if I move to right here? We interfuse Shardnado. Create a whirling vortex with the shards of the object and direct its wrath. Doesn't dissipate. That's an exciting one, and we've definitely never seen it before. Oh, it doesn't, boy, it's worded like it's going to be an area attack, isn't it? Okay. So, wow, that just tore that whole thing right down, huh? All right, let's get over here. Give ourselves a quick fox flight, and then... Yeah, she's pretty powerful, though. She's doing all right. And then the Cone of Fire does 2 to 4 magic damage. So maybe I'm better off just hitting him. Because the hit will definitely kill him. The Cone of Fire is not necessarily going to give me much value. I'm just going to drop him. As much as I want to use my awesome magical arms. Okay, well that's just hugely bad news for y'all. So, pull the Shardnado across the floor. Aw. But that does still give me Chain Lightning, right? Yeah. Oh hey, she's got knockback. You know what she doesn't have? An immunity to electricity. Or, never mind, perhaps she does in fact have exactly that. There we go. Every non-flanking attack is just set up for a flanking attack. So... we could gain some charisma. I think this is probably very good for us. And then... once per combat, throws a flash cone that blinds enemies, deals 2 magic damage. I mean, that seems fine. You know, actually, heroism is great for her. And then we got a crossbow. Who needs a crossbow? I guess you don't necessarily have a ranged attack. Here, take this. You're in that region. I guess it makes sense. We could give that to you. A long week later, on a windless afternoon, Iglor the Millkeeper squints as distant shadows resolve into shapes with familiar faces. Oh, them. Well, they'd love if I broke out the beer, I expect. Yet that does seem to be in character with us, and why wouldn't I? At the Millkeeper's fire, Galadglin and Sinetta drink a little. Even sweeps the rafters. Good having the sky off them. Good smelling dry building stones and fresh flour. Yep, and we're all just so happy about how this adventure turned out. And what's wrinkling you? You said you were leaving the company. For good. I guess that still got me thinking. I was talking about starting fresh, wasn't I? Some other place. You've decided against it, though? I was going somewhere, I thought. But really, I just wanted to go anywhere. Anywhere new. It's my... Yeah, it's your old thing, I know. They call it roaming want, travel longing, or also... I've got potatoes and market sausage frying up. I don't think that's what they call it. You know, reminds me of the people I grew up with, pushing hard on whoever who wouldn't push back. Hey, why do you think I ended up out here? There's those sorts all over. All you've told me and all I can divine about you, you'll always be needed elsewhere. Good folks are needed everywhere. Yes, and answer that call if you can. He's just responding to himself at this point. Hey, I agree with that thing I just said. And answer that call if you can. When you can. Just don't underestimate the value of having a place to come home to. The food in the pan complains. Iglor scoots back to his kitchen. It was a good thing, you know? And we managed it the right way, with all the murder. For all her faults, taking that woman's life, that'll weigh on me. Even in the throes of battle, Galadglin and Sinetta were able to subdue Tomra's underlings. The bandit leader herself, however, fought to the end. They killed her. The others would be alright, you think? They'll recover. They'll come after us someday. Best to expect that. Guard our things and our people. We left them in good hands. Only fear is that the commoners will want their own revenge. Gladglin unrolls the poster that pulled him across the world. It was just like, it was 10 feet east. He was already going that way. Okay, whatever. Though creased and stained, old ink still gleams in the firelight. Let's split our takings with this millman, Iglor. I'm sure he could use some supplies. Feel like robbers ourselves otherwise. He wads the paper into a ball and flicks it into the flames. Is that necessary? Because, he has his own... Okay. Alright, so that's the part of the take that we kept, I guess. And Gladglin got another level up from Quest Complete. Each time he's hit, gain 20 dodge. That seems okay. Plus 30% health. I kind of like Shield Shear. Do we still have him using an axe? No, he's on a sword now. So you can, once every other turn, shred 2 of a foe's armor. It does, I guess it's, it looks like it's an action, though. Is it necessary? Maybe it's not even that good. You know what? I'm just gonna take, and make Riposte better. And then let's continue the gathering. You know, there's no reason, I guess, that we can't just have everybody run this. We can just start scouting this while Zidmir catches up, I mean. The Starseed Tree. Not everything grows on trees, but more things do than you might think. Once every long enough, a starseed tree blooms. Its soft lights ripen, then float off into the sky. And that's where stars come from? Or perhaps a snuffly god sneezed out the sky, but I like this better. Dagoth, profoundly gullible. And they appear to get riper higher up. You're not thinking of grabbing one, are you? It would be a shame to pass up such a rare curiosity. Because, see, the thing about a starseed tree is that none may climb it. Who makes these rules anyway? I feel like Gladglin definitely just made that up, but that doesn't mean that it's a good idea to climb the tree. Do I want to pluck this light? Is the tree going to be mad at me? I guess I don't have an option not to try. It's just how high do I want to try? I'm gonna try to grab. I am gonna try to climb the tree somewhat. Let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, we'll gain some information for the next edition of Yondering Flora. Watch my stuff. Well, I mean, he scrambled up there pretty quick. You can't say he's not dedicated. There's something about the starseed lights that's disorienting. They break up distance in a way that makes Dagoth have to keep tight track of his limbs. Okay, arm, then leg, arm, leg, other leg. Ah, right. He brings up childhood memories of climbing trees long ago, watching the way leaves grew and the paths that ants would take. Whole little worlds up there. Oh, that was close. Use your brain for climbing, Dagoth, not falling. Anyway, perhaps this is far enough. Dagoth snaps off a stick bearing a fine, bright orb. Then, with a little more rustle and jostle, he descends the starseed's trunk. Watch the ankles, huh? It'd be a shame to crack them on the last few feet. Now, my ankles are dependable. Oh, there we go. Sort of. The jostled tree lets go of its lights, and sure enough, they float off slowly into the dark. Off to wherever they go. Well, hopefully the sky won't mind being 1 star short this season. Wait, you got something then? Yeah, see for yourself. +3 is a permanent +3 stunt chance, I guess, and also a cool wand. So he's got a tier 1 staff that is leaf artifact. I mean, there's no reason to hold on to the staff, right? We may as well just replace it. The staff has better melee range. And it gives him a much better block chance. But yeah, I think we'll take that Starseed wand. That seems fine. Let's build ourselves a station. I don't know that this matters very much because this might be the end of the adventure, like this chapter. But I guess I don't actually know that for sure. Let's go ahead and build a Weaverworks. And we'll have all of you participate. All right, he's finally almost caught up. So I think we can probably just go ahead and scout the next region. He'll catch up by the time it's time to fight. Do we want a hot-headed romantic? Yeah, sure. I'll take on a hot-headed romantic. Hey, any good storytellers around here? Some can turn a good word. But our stories have grown stale and hold the attention of only the youngest and dullest these days. What we need is a fresh saga, heroism, drama, violence, and sacrifice. Neither broken hearts nor broken bodies dimming the lights of justice. He's dramatic. And I know that I could bring them this gift. Except I don't have any experience with any of those things. But, if I had lived a life like yours... Well, why don't you? We'll train you up, and I guarantee you'll soon have more material than you know what to do with. Just promise to give credit to Girth Clover and that saga for discovering you, okay? So, we kind of don't need warriors. I think what we're short on is hunters here. Let's take another hunter on. Alright, so you're going to have to help him prepare, which is going to take a while. Alright, and the party is assembled. Let's do it. Hot on the track of a band of enemies, our intrepid party races through the woods. Well, less racing and more, Sonetta apparently can hear the narrator. Look, who knew they'd be able to hide that well? It's not a very dense forest. Does anyone hear them? I hear yelling. Somebody's shouting for help. I smell burning. The woods are on fire. Yes, we can all see that the woods are on fire. Bat's Bounty rushed to put out the flames. And then, coughing from the rubble? What do you call the burned out remains of... It's not quite ashes yet, but just ash adjacent. Ooh. Thank you. Well, that got a little out of hand. Did the Drovin set that? What? No. It was a controlled burn. Well, emphasis more on the burn part than the controlled part. Wait, you set the woods on fire? Only some of them. Oh, thank goodness. Otherwise, it might be weird. Burning is very important for these woods. It keeps the fennel down. Fennel? Isn't that an herb? Well, yes, people cook with it, but it grows 6 feet tall and it makes these thickets, so you have to burn it in order to save the eagles. So you burn the woods to save the eagles who live in the woods. Well, it's complicated. I can see that. Look, my name is Branlin. I'm here researching fire eagles, but maybe you could help me. That doesn't sound like a real thing. Are we setting fire to the eagles? No, they're very rare. So you want us to hunt one and bring it back to you to study? What part of very rare was unclear? Look, this is complicated. There used to be boars here, right? And the boars were the only things that would eat the fennel. Then people hunted all the boars because in addition to fennel, they were eating people. That's a problem, yes. Well, not for the boars, presumably. So once they killed the boars off, nothing ate the fennel, and then the fennel would get really thick. And the bunnies, they loved this because thick fennel meant the eagles couldn't see them. So the fire eagles ultimately starved because there were no boars. Ah, the food chain is a harsh mistress. I like bunnies. Not as much as those eagles did. Anyway, burning the fennel will keep the bunnies from being able to hide so that the eagles won't starve. But that's just the beginning. Now we've got poachers coming in to steal eagle chicks and sell them on the black market. So do we hunt poachers? We do this one. Sonetta knows where our heart is at. My eternal gratitude, the joy of helping Mother Nature. Relax, Sonetta. It's the same group we were tracking earlier. Everybody wins. There's a fire eagle nest about half a mile that way. Just take out all the monsters around it. Okay, well, this doesn't sound like dealing with the poachers. I do like the fact that the fire eagle is visible on the map. So we seem to have snuck up on them. I guess Galadglin and Zinmir can just... Yeah, we can just drop these real fast, right? Alright, so we reveal you, and then we chain lightning you real good. And then Zinmir's got his giant gear axe. Okay, problem solved. And then I don't know if I want to open the door. I think I'm going to just get up here and wait. I mean, if things keep working out like this... can I engage you? Nope, you are one tile out of range. That's a shame. Yeah, if these enemies are like evenly spaced throughout the entire level, it doesn't feel like it's going to be all that difficult to kill them all. They are making my job awfully straightforward. So, do we have a wild grasp? We do, although I guess the pin doesn't really matter because if this hits, it's just going to kill him, right? Oh no, okay, he has 9 health. Never mind, doesn't matter. I don't know how much health the enemies are going to have, but I do know it's never, ever enough. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and... I guess I'm not going to do anything with him. You get up real close. Yeah, areas that are broken up into little bits like this are hugely advantageous for me. Just get your attention. I don't really want to have to run her all the way up here, but she doesn't have range against him in any other way. We'll just do that in case the Storm Throat wants to get aggressive. Am I going to be able to discus? Alright, well, I do believe that's this resolved then. And see, this is a situation that we absolutely could have resolved by coming in here with a pretty small number of units. Which just, I feel like it makes it hard to know how safe it is to split up the party. Because the answer is that it is perfectly safe some percentage of the time, and you just don't get to know ahead of time whether you're in that percentage. Zinmir will retire at the end of this chapter. Interesting. I do feel like we should give bonus potency to probably Dagoth, because Ullus is doing well enough already. Also, Dagoth is younger. Afterward, oh no, What is that thing? Oh, it's adorable. Is that one of the eagle chicks? Are we too late? Yeah, adorable. Well, it doesn't seem to be afraid of lightning arms. Oh no. I think it likes you, Sonetta. She instantly recognizes that she has been imprinted upon, and she's none too happy about it. Let's see what Brandlin has to say. So, we cleared out your poachers, but I think they'd already gotten a chick. Is it too late? Have we handled it and now it smells wrong and the mother won't take it back? Don't be ridiculous. Fire eagles have no sense of smell. So, then we can put it back. And it will stop hugging my leg and setting my socks on fire. Well, no. What? That's not a fire eagle, it's a fire chicken. The poachers probably brought it along as bait. You know, that does make sense. It's like no part of the eagle life cycle looks like that. So, what do I do with it? Well, I mean, they're pretty good in a mushroom sauce with some leeks. Anyway, thank you for helping with the poachers. You shouldn't eat a bird that's made of fire. You shouldn't eat anything that's made out of fire. So, what are you gonna do, Sonetta? Well, I can't leave him here. That weirdo will eat him. Looks like you have a new pet. What are you gonna name him? I don't know. Sparky, maybe? He looks like a Sparky. No, that is far too on the nose. That is unacceptable. If they let me name him, I know exactly what we will name him. I have the perfect name all picked out of curiosity. Do I get to name him? Combat. Fire chicken. Okay, that's cool. Free action once per turn. Relationships. Nope, we do not get a relationship indicator with the chicken. It is not, in fact, going to allow me to name this chicken, is it? Nope, it's totally not. Alright, well... fine. Alright, yeah, let's definitely get ourselves some items. And this is continuing apace. We discovered hides and spell thread. And a small amount of speed. Probably best on Gladglin? Or you know what? Girth. Probably best on Girth. Because he's going to need to... Oh, wait, what am I doing? Stop. Y'all need to be given some orders. We should probably just go clear this out. We've discovered a library. What would you do, Zidmir, if you found your heart racing at the thought of another? Someone you stood beside through danger, and then... You mean someone like not Ullus? I don't want to hear about that, Gladglin. I don't want to have to, Shh, stop mumbling for a second. You hear that? Hushed voices and careful footfalls approach down the overgrown path. To Sonetta's ears, even these muffled noises are perfectly loud. Come forward, strangers. If you're friendly, come forward slowly. Silence, perhaps a minute of it, is all the answer that emerges from a thick wall of brush. And then... Ty, you don't... They're not fooled by this. Like, we can always offer money. Yes, mistress. Should I offer it myself? Okay, it's getting a little weird already. You know, we can hear your... Ho there! You look like experienced whatever you are. Bandits, rogues, not hounding for captives, I hope. Alright, come on out of there. You're caught anyway. Well... Oh, move it, you fool. Why do I let you talk to people? Sorry, mistress. Here, take my arm. A pair of travelers clambers free of the bracken, their clothing fine but a tad filthy. Hello, strangers. I'm Ty, servant and apprentice to this prestigious and lovely woman who... Well, perhaps we shouldn't use your real name. That's Troon Stormmoth. Stormmoth. That's Troon Stormmoth. A figure that obviously I'm familiar with. Oops, he knows your name. And why wouldn't he? Troon, the Dream Chanter, poet and peerless singer. Impossible to turn away an ear when she's plucking strings, spinning yards, or just deploying her famous vowels. Does she have different vowels than the rest of us? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I will have no idea how to pronounce those. Well, you don't seem like a threat. Come sit by the fire. We're not in any kind of bad business. By the fire sounds grand. The small camp settles a little awkwardly. Introductions go round. Shortly thereafter, Gladglin can't help himself. He bends Troon's ear. I used to want to collect everything. Every poem and song. Not for others, just for myself. But that's not your way. I grew a desire to share because you sang Queen of the Seas in Dark Cooper. I wept. Rumor was you intoned all of the Oldwain saga in a day and a night, and no one dared chew a morsel. Yes. I remember those days. I try not to miss them. Oh, mistress, you don't need to say it. I do, though. Just that nothing lasts forever. Bad fever took my lofty registers from me, my volume. Performance is such a physical thing. Most forget that. I'm weak nowadays. I lean on him, my student Ty there. I would love to show that gift to you again, but it's gone now. Only the memory remains. Well, why not try a small song? Hey, even if it's quiet, even if it's just a shadow of you. We'd like it. I'm gonna have her give it a shot here. I'm not sure what this 72 represents. Is this her skill, or is this based on, like, how convincing Zinmir was? Troon Stormmoth, the Dream Chanter, pulls her instrument from its case. A hum collects in her throat, then ebbs, then rises again, spilling between pitches, and stops. She softly coughs. Don't strain yourself, mistress. I don't think I can manage it. Oh, it's all right. We've got some beer, some bread and soup. The night before the fight at Lay's shelves passes quietly. So I assume we failed the check there. It doesn't show us the die rolls generally, but I assume that was that's because we failed. Okay, so potentially an awful lot of Morthagi. Also, I gotta tell you, I am real uncomfortable in this room. It is so damn hot in here. Gosh, I miss winter. Okay, well, not exactly a brilliant ambush. Something tells me Spectics are not known for their deep thinking, though. Yeah, the lightning arms seem like extremely powerful. Really, really, really silly. Let's go ahead and interfuse just something over here before we move forward. It is a little awkward that nobody can quite make it to the doors. And sadly, no enemies to rush forward and kick the doors open for us. Oh, really? Gladglin can't get to any of the doors without spending his second action point. Alright, just a normal watchman. No big deal. Well, I do love the fact that the fire chicken has just become part of her sprite. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna silk step, I think. Alright, you're gonna go guardian mode, and anybody wants to come out here, we can get them out here. Interfuse me with this, so we'll lure somebody out and then we'll actually get the splinter salvo. I am going to have you run up here and just get ready to open the door next turn. Oh, right. They're not actually even going to be able to fit through the door, I don't think. Well, Zinmir. Wow. Okay, that's more than I was expecting. All right. Well, it turns out that the Thunder Stomp was not necessary anyway. Ah, there's that wardrobe. I do like the pressure that the wardrobe puts on you. Like you cannot just sit around and play perfectly safe. Wow, you're doing truly massive damage here. Like really, really great outcomes all of the time. I'm definitely just going to drop a Sharknado on top of this dude. Wow. Yeah, okay, big stunts. I guess withdraw from something up here or something back here so that we can interfuse with something up here. Well, that was nice of them at least. And then she can probably just finish this thing off. Yeah, we were betting pretty far above expected value that entire battle, honestly. Shields. Girth, get a shield. And a stunt chance necklace, which is probably best off on... Honestly, it's probably best off on the new guy. It's a set he's not finished yet. And we've really hit our stride. We're like a well-oiled machine. Oh, what? Too soon? I get it. I get what she was going for. All right, even more upgrades. Okay, other recruit is finally ready to go. Do we want to try? I'm gonna put him on Thornfang. We're gonna try making this thing happen again. So yeah, the two of you run over there and scout that. So a bunch of resources and dodge D-pads. Sure. Those are not very cool looking D-pads, if I'm honest. Who could use warding? I guess it's probably the people who are going to be up in front of the enemies, right? Okay, so we've got that revealed. You know what? I'm going to change things up a little bit here. Let's not have you do that. Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. Y'all should build a bridge. And actually... Also, let's build a different bridge right here. New deepists. It's really hard to know what's worth canceling at this point. The Butler has very poor armor by default, right? It has a bunch of warding, but I don't know. I'm not gonna bother canceling any of that, I don't think. Oh no, we got ambushed, even though there's not an infestation. Double stunt percentage. Let's go for a damage boost. They break forward, intent on destroying their enemy or else carving a way to freedom. Okay, so there are only 3 enemies, but one of them is a wardrobe, so it's kind of a lot of enemies, really. Yeah, what's your other weapon? Oh yeah, that's right. Big hammer. I'm a big fan of big hammer. Always stunts. All stunts all the time. Alright, probably a little bit more than I needed. And then I guess we just run you up to here. So I'm not going to do any meaningful damage at all. And there's no way for me to shoot the sommelier. Well, I think what I'm actually going to do then is run up here and then silk step. Because, like, if they're going to let me, we can just run. This guy's going to try to engage us, but... Nope, Girth gets out. Okay. And that means Soror easily gets out. Not bad, in my opinion. Whatever. I've got my own skin to think of. Yeah, I mean, look, fighting them is a cute idea in theory. Alright. Girth, Clover, and Soror are rivals. Apparently, there's been a little bit of bickering over whether that was the right move or not. I'm going to let the others get closer. Okay, now let's go back to build a bridge. You know how I love my bridges. What is this? An ancient and immense grove soars at the heart of Levwilds. Great sequoias shoulder up to towering redwoods. Thick-grown cedars mob their knees. I wonder where it's going, or what we'll find. Tracking it blindly, you think it'll lead us to the Godlands? They spotted it that morning. The apparition is familiar to them only as a distant myth. Nearness now makes them believers. In the scant legends I could find, he's referred to as Mistbane, or sometimes simply Tall Elder. But here, the locals call him Lord Evergreen. Forward quietly, you two. They move into the flowing fog. The earth holds its breath. Dampness heavies their eyelids, darkens their hair. Smears of silver shine on trunks, roots, and stones. They stumble and feel a path over rocks and wrecks, chasing the giant through its noise-barren world. This will be completely opaque in a second. Oh, I think it's stopped. It has stopped. You think he's aware of us? Now it turns about, somehow finding space. High and mostly hidden in haze, its face must hang above them. With bending bark sounds, creaky hips, folding legs, it gently lowers itself, fitting its bulk to a tract of treeless ground. It is very large, you have to give it that. I suddenly wish we brought gifts. They're caught in its eyeless gaze, and a silence that grows and twists, grotesquely long. It could crush them. That fact is certain as the soil. Stomachs harden, innards clench, muscles coil. Then Dagoth gives away his heart. I mean, that's figurative, right? We probably will fail to communicate. We could snatch a twig from its mane, but first of all, I don't know that that is necessarily in character, and secondly, it seems like it could get us in a lot of trouble even if it does work. I'm going to attempt to communicate. I think Dagoth would just jump in on this and give it a shot without even waiting for anybody else to attempt anything. Dagoth feels the danger and hopes to talk them past it. My breath is short in this fog suddenly. Well, listen. There's no sensible reason we followed you. We're curious creatures, born to chase answers. You can see that you're a being who wishes to be left alone. And we'll take it as our lesson. We'll withdraw. The giant's massive head holds impossibly still. Then its creaking limbs lofted up once more into the sky. It sets out again on its interminable, invisible track. We should do as we promised then. Although, all we got was a long, mute stare. Anyway, we're bound to Dagoth's word. Let's go. They find their way easily in the unfogged woods. Forest life wakes around them. Crows make casual comments. The roots, still slippery and damp, sometimes send their feet askance. Thanks, Dagoth. You spoke better than I would have. Yeah. Still got some bone sprockets to bust up. Right. Okay, so I'm not sure if that was a success in the sense that we managed to get it to not kill us, or a failure in that I didn't get anything special from it. Because the way that last bit was worded, it seemed like maybe I could have, when she was upset that all we got was not getting murdered. I think that does suggest that there was something more to have there. So we could do a splinter blast. Is Sonetta's arm sufficient to kill them even on the jump? It is not, but it gets him close. Alright, Caladglin could just run up here and probably cone of fire for the kill. Zinmir, sadly, cannot do the thing that we obviously need to do. So he instead is going to stand here and make things awkward for the Watchman. Alright, you just stand there and fight Zinmir. I'm sure that'll work out just fine for you. Alright, I am not allowed to splinter blast through the door to the butler, so this will have to do. And hopefully the stone spirit will stop running. Because we are not very fast. And then it's going to heal. Yep. Alright, well, it's not going to be enough to stop this. And then also this. Aw. It's actually a huge problem. Alright, so let's get ourselves a little bit more armor. That's really not worth doing. Yeah, this spirit may legitimately get away, is my big concern here. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of options in this area. Thing is, like, the only thing that makes any sense at all is rushing past the butler, but we cannot do that. I'm gonna go heroism here. because we're just going to need more damage. Okay, a constrict will do. That's something. Stupid, very large amount of warding. Okay, can somebody get to it? Yes. Who do we want to do that? I mean, we don't particularly need an enchantment for your weapon. Honestly, Gladglin. Gladglin is the one that we want to do that. That's right. I have an axe and a sword. Right now, I'm mostly using the sword for the accuracy reasons, I think. But, like, enchanting the tier 2 axe is probably the right thing to do, because this is definitely more damage. I should be using my axe. Alright, shreds armor and pins enemies within a 2-tile radius. Pretty solid, actually. We call it Redbone's Fell because it... to scare Redbone? I don't know where the name comes from. Sounds like nonsense, and I'm afraid that everybody who sees it is going to think the same thing. I do not much appreciate these enemies who just like hide at the way back of the level. Or maybe I was wrong. They were hiding way over here. Well, Zinmir just runs straight through there and really start smashing stuff. Okay, I mean, you can't be mad about that. Did exactly what I asked him to do. What is this behind you? A chair. Well, you know, honestly, that's not a bad Splinter Blast. Oh, I can't quite get them both. All right, well. We weren't going to finish off the wardrobe anyway. I think I'm going to withdraw from this. So we don't necessarily need to attack the Wildling, because it's just going to die to bounce damage, right? Damn it, I'm trying really hard to click on Sonetta, and it does not want me to do that. I don't know how I totally missed the presence of that doorway at first. A ring of warding. Let's give it to you. There's so many different equipment slots. Okay, so y'all can secure this while the bridge gets built. We do not need this bridge, and yet. Let's give... I guess the people who it makes the most sense to put that on already have stuff. You're going to be involved in melee combat. This is probably pretty reasonable. Alright, so we've managed to repel most of the stuff. If we clear this up, then there's really only one way for enemies to come through. So I think that's got to be the next move. But we are, unfortunately, out of time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And when I say we're out of time, of course, I mean I cannot bear to sit in this room for one moment longer. I'm going to go find some air conditioning. When you come back next time, tomorrow, hopefully it'll be 20 degrees cooler in here, and we will continue to press on and hunt down these Morthagi sites. and we'll see you then.